Boy, I've been watching you like a hawk in the sky. If you know what song that's from, type it in the comments section. She's been watching you. She's been watching you from a distance. She's been looking at you. She's been looking at your shoulders. She's been looking at your chest. Been looking at your biceps. She's been looking at your balls. Pause. She's been peeping you out for a while now. Cause that's what a lot of women do. Most of them. They will peep you out from a distance like prey. They will peep you out from a distance and they'll just watch you, and the whole time they're just thinking in their head like, looking at you like a piece of meat, okay? And I'm gonna get into it. This is Terry Talks. You guys could have been anywhere in the world, but you are here with me, and we're gonna discuss how young ladies stalk their prey, so to speak. Okay? So as we all know, young ladies are passive. Now, I know what the argument is nowadays. Oh yeah, they're masculine and they'll come up to you and this and that. Some of them will. Look, I'm not gonna sit here and say some chicks are, all of them are passive, okay? Some of them have somewhat of masculine attributes to them in the sense that they're gonna be very aggressive with you. And sometimes, in some cases, the type of chicks that are somewhat aggressive and somewhat in your face are usually unattractive or they're overweight from experience. Now, I've had attractive young ladies, right, come off a little more, no, I wouldn't even say aggressive, but a little more blatant, but not to the extent of what I just exclaimed. Because if a young lady, and this is in most cases, now you got your one-offs, and if I'm pretty sure you guys had experiences otherwise, right? But most of the time, chicks that are gonna be in your face, aggressive, straight up like, ooh, you look good, or ooh, you fine, and all that, are gonna be young ladies that are somewhat not to your liking. Okay, let me keep it kind. And let's just say this. Let's just say you are heavy into the gym and they are the opposition of that. They are the opposite to that. So they don't share your lifestyle, if you catch my drift. They like cheeseburgers. They like nachos and pizza. But for the most part, what's gonna happen is young ladies are very passive. They are passive. They're just gonna look at you from a distance, and this is, I guess you could say, part of a choosing signal when she starts all of a sudden crossing your path constantly, especially if this is a young lady that you see on a regular basis, maybe in school or maybe gym or whatever, okay? Maybe you're in some kind of social setting and she keeps crossing your path, making eye contact with you, rubbing shoulders, metaphorically speaking, but she's getting real close. And don't get it twisted, fellas. When I say everything, you guys have to use your common sense. You have to understand what I'm saying is nuanced. You have to understand what I'm saying is in moderation, okay? So don't think just because a young lady is walking in the same direction and all of a sudden in your head, you're like, oh yeah, hell yeah, she want to smash, right? She walking in the same direction, trying to get in the door to the store or trying to get somewhere, trying to get to a machine or a dumbbell, and she just happens to walk past you, don't be like, oh hell yeah, she want me to smash. Like, it's more nuanced than that. So have some common sense, okay? I'm talking about a young lady that you guys just always seem to be catching slight eye contact. She always seems to be somewhat in your vicinity. And for my guys that are experienced, you'll sense, for guys that are experienced with women, or they've had a lot of intimate encounters, or they've talked to enough women, they have this kind of sixth sense to where they could feel like the tension, you know, they could feel a little bit of sexual tension. It comes natural. They could feel it like, okay, yeah, this chick kind of lingered, you know, this is like the second, third time she's been in my vicinity and made eye contact, you know, or she's just been in my vicinity. And the thing you got to understand is that she was watching you the whole time, right? She done seen you if you're in the gym. She done seen you bench press. She done seen you pick up the dumbbells. She done seen you do squats for them freaky ass girls, right? Watching you do squats. You dig? Watching you go up and down. That's for the little freaky little girls, you know what I'm saying? Or whatever the case. If you see her in school, you see her in passing, and she always making little eye contact with you, you know, maybe even giving you a little smile and stuff, trust and believe she's been looking at you the whole time. She saw you before you saw her. Because it's like that with young ladies. Young ladies are extremely observant. I don't know if this is some kind of evolutionary thing. You know, obviously women are the weaker, usually physically weaker, usually the physically weaker sex. So they had to kind of develop more observant traits for their own protection. But they are observant. They do look. They notice things that we don't, right? Like my old lady, you know, my wifey, she always noticing stuff that I didn't even notice. I didn't even notice. And she'll tell you certain traits, certain characteristics about yourself, and you'll be like, dang, I didn't even notice that. Why is that? Well, because they're very observant, and they're looking at you and they're assessing you, right? And a lot of guys, they talk about choosing signals. You know, when a woman comes either up to you, or she gives you a smile, or she makes like a passive comment or something like that, she was watching you. She was looking at you from a distance before you probably even noticed. You might have noticed her vaguely in the distance, but she was watching you the whole time, right? And they don't talk about what happens before a choosing signal. They don't talk about the proceedings of a quote unquote choosing signal. And this is, like I said, when she likes what she sees, you know, she's looking at you like a piece of meat. For my fellas that work out, you know, this is where you really shine at, is when she's looking at you like a piece of, you know, she looking at you like, dang, like this dude is built, you know, and she's looking at you in that type of way. She's getting aroused, okay? And you know, that's your time to shine right there. After that, you just got to have a decent personality. You got to have a decent conversation. And I had made a video before this, my video before this, I was talking about the silent, sexually attractive silent man. And a lot of times when a guy is silent like that, a woman is gonna be looking at you even more, because she's trying to find you out. She's like, he doesn't really say anything, so I kind of gotta look at him. I kind of gotta look at him from a distance and see what he's about. And they be looking at you, man. I you know, in the past, I've caught young ladies just staring many a times. And I noticed, and everything I'm saying with them coming in your vicinity and stuff like that, I've noticed that starts happening after we catch eye contact a couple of times, right? We catch eye contact 2 or 3 times. All of a sudden, I start seeing her everywhere that I go. And she'll keep looking. And here's the other thing too. She gonna keep looking at you. And the thing about it is, you know, a lot of guys are like, yeah, women are passive and I don't know what she wants from me and stuff like that. Well, chances are, not always, chances are, if you keep looking up and you see her making eye contact, you know, y'all keep breaking eye contact 2, 3 times, and she's always in your, she's basically looking at you. She's watching you. That's a clear indication of, hey, look, she's probably open to talking to you, right? Because, man, women they're visual. They're visual. A lot of guys don't want to admit or don't give them enough credit for how visual they are. They're extremely visual. Probably even more than men. And when I say more than men, I don't mean, because when we're looking at a chick, you know, we're real obvious. We're like, damn, and all, you know, we're making sounds and all that other, you know, making direct eye contact with her booty and stuff. You know, we just real blatant and obvious. But for women, they're like they're more on an analytical type of time too. They're looking at you and they're analyzing you. They're analyzing you for, you know, first of all, sexual attraction, and analyzing your little mannerisms and stuff. That's just what they do. Like the Terminator, if y'all remember the first one, his eye where he looked at the humans and it pulled up all their height, their weight, their, you know what I'm saying, all of that. That's kind of like women. They're kind of analyzing. So anyway, hope y'all like this video. Peace.